Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to show and tell number 244. I am going to walk over here and turn on the fan because it is hot, or at least I am from running around. So bear with me, you guys. I was not planning on filming today. The original plan for today had been editing and uploading because I had filmed 3.5 hours worth of content on Tuesday, and I went to go edit and get things uploading, and the audio is corrupted on everything. So here we are. At least today I worked out, took a shower, and did my makeup. I almost never do my makeup on a day I'm not filming or going to church or out to dinner. Small favors. But yeah, so I it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I normally have my videos ready for upload, or they go live at 6:30 on Thursday. So I have a very short period of time to film this and get back downstairs and edit everything and make sure I don't say stupid things again, because that is one thing I'm very prone to do. So this last week has not been bad. It's just been very busy. So we went Halloween costume shopping with the stepson that just moved back and his wife and children and everybody. And we had lunch and we had a great day out. And we Saturday spent the day running errands and shopping and everything. And Sunday was going to church, and we had a little movie marathon, which we'll talk about at the end of this video. So it just, it was a very busy week. It was a very, very, very busy week. And then today I spent all day today, you know, grocery shopping, dropping off returns, dropping other things off, going by the post office, all that stuff. So yeah. And Laura, thank you so much for the card. I got it today. I left it downstairs because I had it set aside for next week's video, but, thank you. I did get it. I'll share it next week. Very, very hot. Very, very hot. So, Tuesday morning, I went and got my ears lowered. It's no longer the Jessica cut and style that I had for, you know, Tuesday's video. It's me trying to blow dry my hair, and I, you know, did a halfway decent job, but it's not as good as Jessica did it on Tuesday, which is kind of a shame because y'all would have gotten to see good Jessica hair. It's in the thumbnail. I'm not going to retake the thumbnail picture because I already have all the text and everything edited on those. So today and Saturday's videos are just kind of going to be the original thumbs that I had. Saturday, we have the week 5 of the using as much yarn as I can in 35 days. 35 days. That will be up Saturday. Tuesday, I believe, will be kind of my walkthrough of things to know about an Addy before you purchase one. Thursday, we will have a show and tell. Saturday, I will probably upload all 35 days of the vlogs for the 30-day challenge. 5 days. So that'll just be like 2.5 hours of content right there, but that'll be Saturday's video, probably. I don't know. We'll see how next week goes. Then the following Tuesday should be the ALC and Yarnable unboxings. It's either going to be the following Tuesday or the following Saturday. So I was not prepared for this. I had to go find things again, and it was a lot. So we're going to kind of go out of how I've been sharing these in the show and tells. So first off, we're going to start with some granny squares and corner to corner squares. Saturday, while we were out running errands, I worked on these. I put 2 in a little Halloween wrist bag. So we've got 2 corner to corner squares. These are 5-row corner to corner squares using a size I or 5.5 millimeter hook. And then the 2 granny squares are 10 round grannies using the same hook. So 5.5 millimeters. That is, if you guys have not figured it out, my favorite hook to use. It's like just, I do a lot of worsted weight stuff, so it just makes sense that that would be my go-to hook size. Okay. Now the hard stuff, because I had all this stuff packaged up nice and neat and ready to donate and send out. But ooh, we do have, it really is. I'm hot just from running up and down the stairs 10 times and freaking out that, and I was wearing a lightweight sweater and I went ahead and changed into a 3/4 length shirt, but I'm still not cooling off. I do have my ceiling fan on though. It's pretty quiet. So we have some solo hats. This is using that Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Anti-Pilling acrylic. This one is all one color. This is a gray and yellow. This is Radiant Yellow and Vanna's Choice. This is a Bernat satin, I believe. And the yellow is all yellow on the inside. So you could have an all yellow hat or a gray and yellow hat. This is Vanna's Choice Sapphire Blue with, I think this might be another one of the Ice Favorites in a cream color. And this one is blue all the way through. This is just green Mary Maxim Value. All of these hats are 150 rows. Some have a cinch closure because I couldn't find my hook when I was doing some finishing work. And some do have the box closure. I think this one. If you are interested in learning more about the box or the X closure, just put it into the YouTube search. It pops up. That's how I found it accidentally. This one is more of that blue from last week from the I Love This Yarn. I think it was Royal. This is a Robin, whatever it was in the I Love This Yarn. And we have another box closure. We're just going to, this is like parts or individual pieces first, and then we'll do the hat and scarf sets. Not all of the partners for all of these were made this week, but I was not going to go through and like actually like separate everything because like I said, I had everything boxed up nice and neat and ready to go. This is a scarf using Vanna's Choice in electric blue. I still need to make the hat for that. And I was testing out an idea for a shawl with this. This is Knit Picks Bravo. By the way, the scarf is 350 rows. All of the scarves are 350 rows. That one's just solid straight through. This is 350 rows. Each block of color is 50 rows, and it just alternates from Knit Picks Brava and Seashell to Solstice Heather, Seashell, Solstice Heather. I had originally thought I would do like half and then change the color, but I didn't like that. So I'm going to frog back the other one and either do it all three coral and or the Seashell and Solstice Heather, or I'm going to do one that's blue Seashell and then another one that's Seashell blue. But there we go. There's all the pieces or the solo items, except for what's in the bottom of this Drona bin. And oh no, hold on. There's another basket over here. Like I said, I am a mess. It really kind of is frustrating because I was very prepared. I was having a great brain day on Tuesday. I was very, very prepared. I was not prepared for this today. Cold coffee with just a splash of sugar-free caramel in it. In my Poly Studio Got Yarn cup. I really hate filming when I don't have it together, at least on paper. I don't have it together in paper in my brain or in practice today. So, well, not for filming. I had other things going. I was doing great. Oh, actually, next Saturday's video is actually the my thoughts on doing the 30-day challenge. A little sneak peek. The week after that is when I'll upload all of the vlogs all together. I don't have that one filmed yet. I have part of it filmed. All right. This basket So these are 325 rows. These are using Premier Candy Shop. This is Very Berry, I think. Yes, this one is Very Berry. These are 325 rows. I have 2, which used exactly, almost exactly, 4 cakes. And this will be a shawl. I have checked to see 2 panels will work for a shawl. But the original inspiration that sent me down this rabbit hole was for 3 panels. So in Tootsie, I have 1 single panel, and I have already joined 2 of the panels together. So that's actually what's in the thumbnail. I use the same join as I did for my blanket tutorial. So if you were interested in how I joined these panels together, I will put it up in an iCard here on the screen, or I will have it in the description box. I hope, if I forget, let me know. As this is now film, edit, and slam it online as fast as possible, I may forget things, especially when it's the ending edit there. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. And now everything is just like tossed all over here, so there's no rhyme or reason. I dusted in here yesterday because with all the yarn movement for the last couple of weeks, there's like fibers flying everywhere. It's not even like I wish it were dust, because dust sticks to things. Dust can be wiped off or dusted away with some end dust. Fiber fluffs like to stay airborne. So first off, we have a hat and scarf set. This is Roll With It Melange. And I do not remember the colorway. I'm going to show these down and dirty, unfortunately. I've got everything bundled together, and it takes me like 25 minutes to rebundle these after I film. So I'll just do this. We'll do the squid variation here. But this is a fully reversible hat. This went through the No Bad Addy. No problem. No problem. And that did get returned. But this was beautiful. So if you have some Roll With It melange that you're wanting to knit off for some donations, it works great. So it's a 150 row hat, cinch closer, 350 row scarf. This is, I think this is one where it was just the hat I was sharing, but this is that same soft and sleek anti-pilling from Hobby Lobby. This one is a 350 row scarf. And we have a box or X closure on the hat there. Last week I shared with you guys the Hobby Lobby Strawberry Jam scarf. And this week I took, this is some deep, deep stash. This is Joann's Serenity, which was their house line almost 12 years ago. I had 2 of the charcoals. So that is the scarf from last week that I shared. And then this is the hat. But that is some deep stash. We have some swacking points for that wrap-up video that are fascinating to me. Might not be to you guys, but they were to me. So this is that blue multi Hobby Lobby yarn that I shared last week in the scarf. And then this is the hat. This is using Mary Maxim Value. It looks like a ton of tuck stitches in this band here, but it's not. It appears to be some sort of tensioning error. And I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to kind of have to roll with it. I'll pop it through the dryer and see. You know, this was another one where it was just showing the hat. We had already shared the scarf, but this is that same Robbins something from Hobby Lobby. This was part of Erica, the Lopsided Crafter stash that she gave me. We have some, once again, very deep stash. This is Burnett Satin. And I cannot remember the shade of green this is. I made between the Burnett Satin, and I think this one actually came from Erica's stash, so everybody must have had this on clearance at some point. But between this and the Ann Getty's Red Heart yarn from 15 years ago, well, not 15. That may be closer to, once again, 12 years ago, maybe. Loved it. Ordered it on Joann's. It was a beautiful yarn to work with, and it came in some really fun colors. But I had probably 5 shawls that I did in those 2 yarns, but I messed up. I thought this was supposed to be a hat. I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted when I was finishing these. So I had cinched the 2 ends. And what I did is I went in on the other side of the cinch and sewed the headband closed. It looks fine. It's just not my preferred way to do that. That used to be how people said to do it before they discovered the C closure and the W closure, but it works. I'm just not particularly pleased with that. I can't remember if this was shared this week or last week. This is using Heartland. I don't know the name of the colors. This is a 275. It was just using up the yarn, but it was about like between 250 and 275 cowl or infinity scarf, and then an ear warmer with a C closure. The ear warmers are 90 rows. All right, up next. This is Premier Basics in cream and this beautiful burnt orange color. I had enough burnt orange to get this far, so you can have it all orange or white and orange. For the stripes on the scarf, I did 25 rows of orange, 25 rows of the cream, knit all the way to 300 rows, and then I did 25 and 25 again. So once again, scarves are 350 rows, hats are 150 rows. I think I shared the scarf last week for this, but this is the eggplant hat. It uses Lion Brand, or not Lion, Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Another set in Heartland. We have this beautiful purple. The inside is black. And it's all just one color purple. So I did the hat and then made sure I had enough for the scarf. There is a cat playing in the next room, being loud. Loud, loud, loud. And it sounds like Pippin paws. Talking fast, talking fast. This one is Red Heart Soft in Guacamole. We actually have 2 guacamole sets. This one is a full scarf, hat, cinch closure. Once again, the Red Heart Soft, it went through like a dream. This is, if you've been around the block a time or two, you will be familiar with where I endlessly talk about the mythical time of the time before and the long, long ago, where Spinrite Factory would ship to the US. And this is one of those lovely yarns that I was able to get through that. But this is a hat and scarf set. The label actually says tent sale, crimson red. And that's all it says. But I do so totally miss them sending yarns down here, because this was like 6 balls. And I think these were like 75 cents a skein. I mean, the shipping was less than what it cost to order from ICE, but, you know, still a little spendy. But I think when I was placing those orders, I paid maybe like the equivalent of $1.25 a skein for the yarns versus, you know, $4 and $5 for the yarns. So this is a hat in Heartland. Once again, we've got the blue on the outside, black on the inside, and we have a cowl. And this one just closes with the black And that was just however many rows I had in the yarn left. A lot of the cowls happen because I don't quite have enough for a scarf, so it's better to do it as an infinity scarf. And yes, that was Pippin, because now he's crying in the hallway. Pip, Pip! This is Peyton's Canadiana in Toffee. This was another one of those Spin Right special yarns. It was so great. I cannot oversell for you guys how wonderful it was. That like Peyton's Venus yarn that I made the sweater with this summer, like that was like 25 cents a ball plus shipping. I mean, it was a great time. It was a great time. And this is the other set in Red Heart Soft in Guacamole. And I believe this also came from Erica's stash. This was part of what she gifted me out of her stash. So, I'm surprised we got through this fast, because I think the original video was 45 minutes. I also didn't bring certain things up here with me. Well, to save this for next week's video. So the last thing I have in the things that I cranked, and I'm just going to keep it simple because everything's so, look, everything is so nice and neat and folded in here. But these are 320 row panels. The ends have been finished. We have ties to tack the panels together with. We have 4 in cream or off-white and 4 in the berry. These took almost exactly 2 skeins each in the Red Heart Soft. I also, in my container, put 2 berries and 2 creams. So it's 8 panels total. When I laid them out for the pictures at the end of this video, I realized I really only needed 6 panels. 7 at most. But so we'll have some extra panels. That's great. It'll be a scarf later on. But yeah, so this is going to be one of the blankets that I gift for Christmas next year. So sometime between now and next Christmas, that gives me, you know, 14 months. I will put this blanket together and put a border on it. So yeah, that's everything I cranked. Lots and lots of cranking. Other things that I brought up here. I only brought 2 things up here. One will be a segue to entertainment. So, as you guys know, I have a bunch of scraps, and I've in the past made tons and tons of granny squares and corner to corner squares. Why my crackhead self decided I would start a miter square blanket, I don't know. Odds are I'll get this out to about 6 feet and decide it's going to be a shawl and call it a day. But this is casting on 45 stitches. Cast on was this one. And then I went to the brown, but excuse me, 45 stitches. And I'm doing the slip 1, knit 2 together passover as the decrease for the miter. I'm using a size 9 needle, I believe. And this is one of the T-Doddles maker charms, I believe, that I've got holding my live stitch there. And this is what the backside looks like. But why I decided to do a knitted instead of a crocheted miter, I don't know. Something is genuinely wrong with me, which is evident by my Lila Styles bag. So as you noticed with a lot of the projects in progress, like the blanket panels and the shawl panels, they have pretty long tails. And many of you guys might have noticed looking at the vlogs that there were pretty hefty tails for my cast on and cast off. And that is because I never know how I want to finish something. I could decide I want to do like a braided finish or an I-cord finish if I got crazy. And it has happened. So I just leave these huge long tails there. I may have decided to take all these bitty bitty pieces and make 1 round grannies. I'm abandoning the other 1 round granny project. It's just not going to happen. But I'm taking what's left of these little butterflies, which is how I tie my yarn off. And I'm making 1 round grannies. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the scrapped black that I have and all the scrap cream to tan neutrals. And I am going to make a sweater. I think what I'm going to do is for the black one, I'm going to make a sweater. So it'll be one round granny with these. Then I'll do one round in the scrap black. So my blacks aren't going to match. It's going to be kind of weird. Then I'll do one round with some of the other scrap that I made for just the leftover bits that are actually like ballable. That'll be the third round. And then I will join as I go using a single black. So I might use like the Premier Basics black that I have here or some of the anti-pilling black that I have down there. But I'll use a nice or I might pull like a gray or something. But I want kind of a semi-uniform look, but still very, very scrappy. So that is my plan. But if you will have noticed, the theme of my bag here is Beetlejuice. And that is the movie marathon we had on Sunday. So we came home, made breakfast, sat down at the TV, and we watched the original Beetlejuice. Because you guys know, I adore the original Beetlejuice movie. We decided to take a nap. And then we made some popcorn, and we tucked in for the second movie. I don't hate it. I hate it as a sequel to the first movie. If you watched the cartoon Beetlejuice, think of the Beetlejuice, the sequel, is the sequel for the cartoon, not the sequel for the original movie. It's got a totally different feel. And unfortunately, I think it's going to feel more dated in 25 years than Beetlejuice feels to us now. It is very quintessentially a 2023, 2024 movie. It's got that sleek look to it. It's got that sharp lines to it. There are things I love. I mean, like the aesthetic and the way the people on the other side look. They did an excellent job. Willem Dafoe, an actor, playing a cop, acting as a cop. Tons of fun. Danny DeVito, the janitor, tons of fun. I am totally dickety down for this. But yeah, it was not like other sequels of this nature, where it's just literally a movie to put throwbacks into. There are tons of throwbacks. There are tons of Easter eggs in the movie, but it wasn't the point to the movie. It told a unique story. It told a different story, and it told fun things. There are things I really don't like about it, though. I like Lydia being an actual psychic. I thought that was fun. I love Astrid's story and her character growth over the course of the movie. That was sweet. Catherine O'Hara, once again, I could eat her up and everything. I love her. She is just... There's a fly behind my blinds and it keeps distracting me. So the characters are great. But so I give it a C+. I will give it a C+. But if you think about it as a sequel to the cartoon, if you are about my age and you watch the cartoon Beetlejuice, you'll understand what I mean, where it feels way more like a sequel to the cartoon than it feels like a sequel to the original movie. And if you take it as a sequel to the cartoon, it's like a B-. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's just, it is slightly disappointing after waiting this long for a sequel. And if you've never seen the cartoon, like my husband's never really seen the cartoon. So for him, he had no frame of reference what the feel for that was like compared to the original movie, because they're totally different. It's not like the real Ghostbusters cartoon where it still kind of felt like the movie, vaguely. It was still tied to the movie. Whole different ballpark here. So yeah, I would give it a B if you consider it a sequel to the cartoon. I give it a C, C plus if you consider it a sequel for the first movie. I think there are some aesthetic and direction things that are absolutely phenomenal. Costume direction, makeup, lighting, all that was absolutely beautifully done. The script storytelling, the point-to-point storyboard, it was a little weak. The primary plot could have been a really good movie, but that's kind of what throws the balance off for this movie. It's a little flat. And especially with Lydia, there are things with her that one of the things I loved about Lydia Deetz is she had her own voice, and she's lost her voice. And nobody calls her on it. Nobody, so it's kind of one of those, like, you have so many great things about this movie, but they derailed in some weird ways. But overall, C for what it's supposed to be. Now, before I head out of here, can I just quickly say, Bob, that's all. That's all I'll say. So I am going to go make sure I didn't say something completely stupid and like misleading on here. I will see you guys on Saturday. I have to refilm the intros and outros for that, but I will see you guys on Saturday for the final week of the 30 days, see how much yarn I can use challenge. So much. So much. I want to say so much, but I want to save stuff for the wrap up because there is stuff very specific to the wrap up I want to talk to you guys about. So anyway, I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thank you so much for bearing with me in this surprise we're refilming today.